Welcome back, Blade fans. OG Blades with you once again. OG Blade Review, that is. There I am. Just in case you didn't know, and formerly This Old Sword Blade Reviews. But I'm going by the moniker OG Blades these days, and let's not dwell on that too long. Ain't all that important. I've got a new blade from Kansept today. Just came in, and I want to thank the folks at Kansept for sending me this interesting one. I'm going to show it to you and reveal it in just a moment. You already saw the thumbnail, so you know what we're working with here. It is the Niko, and it is a design by Marco Knives. I don't know Marco Knives, but it's a cool little design. There you have it, 3.54-inch blade, and it is a ring knife. That's what I like to call them. And comes in a Kydex sheath. The Kydex sheath is very interesting in and of itself because you can swivel the belt loop, which hooks on the outside of your belt, so you can have a scout carry, or you can have a vertical carry, or anywhere in between. And you can tighten and loosen those screws. You can remove the whole mechanism if you don't like it and put your DCC clip on, your Ulti clip, what have you. And since it's a ring knife, let's use the ring to take it out. Fairly tight fit on the sheath. Nothing you can't manage. But look at this guy. Very interesting design. I don't know how I would describe it. Kind of a cutlass sort of a design with a big swale, big scoop there. Jimping for your thumb. Little squared off pad of jimping there for your thumb if you hold it in a reverse grip, although this is kind of a little too close to the forearm for me. I mean, if you're talking defensively, you're talking, back cuts with it and so forth. To get a full 90-degree grip, you got to put your finger all the way through, which with the karambits we don't often like to do because you want to be able to get your finger out and sometimes maneuver the knife if this is your thing. It's not my thing. Not intense situations. You can hold a knife with your pinky through the ring for retention. If you are using it, could be a good skinner. It's got quite the deep belly on it. And an interesting hollowed out, I don't know if you can see that, it's a hollowed out swedge. So that's not just a flat there, that's a hollow. There you can see it. There you can see that hollow. The grind itself for the blade is fairly high, and it is a flat grind. And this particular model, and it comes in a lot of models, I'm going to send you the link to Kansept, and also if I can find an Amazon link, and if I can find a White Mountain link or so, I'll send you that. But it has this copper infused carbon fiber, which is very cool. I'm going to call that carbon fiber. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. So you can see the layers there that are kind of shiny. And what they did is it's applied to the top with a relief around the edges and these grooves, sort of like a picture frame, all the way around the handle slabs. Removable with screws. They look like they're Torx, at least maybe a 10 or more. I didn't check them out. I mean, if that's important to you and you pick the knife up, I'm sure you can find a Torx bit that'll fit them. And I'm sure since they provided us with the screws that they're removable and not glued on. But you can hold it this way without using the ring, and it's still a fairly comfortable grip. Kind of an angled palm saber sort of a grip. And that swale there for your thumb is going to be really good for push cuts and controlling the knife. It's not a particularly long knife. And let me give you the, just changed my light by accident there. I'm going to give you the overall length to the end of the ring, which is 7 1/4. Blade length, as they say, 354 would be accurate. And in millimeters, fairly thick blade stock, 4.4 millimeters, or 0.17 inches, and the handle 0.49. Where was that 0.48? Did it change on me? 0.49. So under ½ inch for a fixed blade is certainly not bad. And weight without the sheath, 4.14. And if we just add the sheath on the scale there, 6.34, if that matters to you. Still not going to be much of a heavy package at all on your belt. At first, without using the ring, it's going to feel like maybe you're slipping off the handle a little. It's short. I mean, that handle and the blade are about equal, I would say. It makes me think of another knife from Civivi that's also a small ringed knife, the Midwatch. Did a review on this over a year ago, I think. That's an N690, an unusual steel for Civivi to be using, but nonetheless, that's the blade steel on this. And it is quite thin, whole different world. I don't know if you can see the thickness. There you go. About half the thickness, I would say, of the Niko. So that makes for a very high and slicey grind. This grind goes all the way up to the top. So this is a slice-o-matic here, and they give you a pretty decent edge. Kind of a curved clip point on that guy. Interesting knife. Still haven't carried it much, but we've got a little more handle on the Midwatch. If we go right to the blade, you can see that that ring extends a good 3/4 of an inch longer past the handle than we have on the Niko. And overall, it's a little bit longer. If we line up the rings, it's about, ½ to 3/4 of an inch longer. And the blade, however, if you use the handle as a marker, same length pretty much. And just about as tall, except we've got the scoop going on there and a much thicker stock. Interesting knife. They are cemented on handle scales, but with the holes, 3 holes that go all the way through. And maybe slightly larger ring. That is the Civivi Midwatch. Civivi always does a great job on their sheaths, although this one's just a little snug. With this one, they give you the Tech Lock type deal going on here. And it is the true Trezuola designed Tech Lock. I don't think a lot of people know that Bob Trezuola did design the Tech Lock way back when. So, what are my feelings on this knife? It could be a useful little blade for you to carry, depending upon how you want to set the sheath up. Got lots of width here. A lot of folks don't like, I know Spyderco on their fixed blades uses a lot of extra material out here. It is a pancake style holster rather than a taco, so it's not folded over. It is attached by grommets all the way around. And that interesting chamfer on the ring there for your thumb. However, I find that chamfer, if you use it for your thumb, angles it back a little bit much. It's not going to be much use for your thumb in this position, so it looks like it was placed there so you can pinch it in here with the between the ring and your thumb. But personally, again, I don't find that angle useful. There are some Tanto Jutsu, Japanese martial arts, that utilize the tanto fully folded against the arm, and the whole forearm is used to do push cuts. But you're also talking about traditionally a much longer blade, so you've got more cutting surface. Whether or not it would work with this is something you can try out. This is not a particularly expensive knife. I think it's in the $50, $60 range, but again, I will give you the links. It is the Niko. And again, I thank Kansept for sending it my way for review and consideration. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll be back with you soon. OG Blade here.